Hello, hi everyone. Welcome. Today is Friday. I'm here to give you some advice for all of you who still want to get married in New York City. Why wouldn't you? We are doing weddings every day. So, yes, we're still doing weddings in Central Park, in rooftops, indoors, outdoors. In spite of all the talk was, I know like a few weeks ago, there was this big scare of closing the city again. It didn't happen. The city didn't close. I mean, they did ruin everyone's Thanksgiving, but that's about it. The park is still open. The restaurants are still open. We're still doing weddings. We did a few this weekend. We had a beautiful wedding, actually. I'll try and show you the photos for this weekend's weddings. I think we did 5 weddings this weekend, which means everyone's still getting married. You are getting married no matter what. So that's my conclusion after the pandemic. We are now in December. I have not stopped working the entire time since March until today. And we have a few coming up this week. We have one tomorrow. How many? What I am trying to say is that people are getting married. It is just a question of how. So of course, a lot of couples have shrunk their wedding plans. They changed them. Instead of doing the big elaborate wedding, they decided to have a very simple ceremony. That's Andrea. She will be with us in a minute. So a lot of them have decided to make it smaller. That's fine. To be honest, small weddings is what we do. This is our specialty. That's what we've always done. That is my expertise. That's my area. I don't like big weddings. I never did. I don't like the 200, 300 people wedding. I don't understand it. It's not my style. It's not my thing. I've always said, even before I got married, my theory, my position in all this was always, I would invite to my wedding everybody who calls me on my birthday. And you know this. You can answer this for me. Not a lot of people call you on your birthday. You know, some now they would leave a happy birthday in Facebook, but who actually calls you? And what that means to me is that I would only invite people who are special to me and close to me and who care about me. And those people are not that many. So it's immediate family and immediate friends, real friends, true friends. And a funny thing that happens with weddings is that people will invite themselves. A lot of people invite themselves to my wedding, and then a lot of them didn't come, and they canceled when it got close to it for whatever reason. A lot of them had to travel, and actually, my husband and I, we did the elopement style wedding, the same type of packages that now I'm selling in my company. Because that's what we like. That's what I do. I really believe that this is the way to go. And now with the pandemic, I mean, it's all coming into alignment and fruition. Like this, I had this vision 5 years ago when I started my company. And now evidently, because of the circumstances, it turns out that, people are starting to pay attention. We create amazing, beautiful events without all the extra unnecessary and expensive stuff, because your money goes into the decorations. When you have a real big wedding, 100 and up, 100 people and more, you spend a lot of money in the space, in the venue. You spend a lot of money in food. You spend a lot of money with the DJ, the photography, videography, and then other things. What else? Oh, the flowers, the decorations. Oh my God. It's just, even if you want to keep it small, you can't. You can't. The only way to keep a wedding small is to do an elopement style wedding. Basically, we're at the end of the year. I just wanted to say we had a really good year, because people are still getting married. And luckily for us, the governor allowed people to get their marriage licenses online, and they also allowed us to do ceremonies online for those who are so afraid and don't want to be outside. we can do them like this. Eddie, welcome to Wedding Packages in New York City, and welcome, Andrea.
Hi, everyone.
Be the host. You can talk. I'll talk.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. The last time we got on, we talked about how the business got started, and we answered the very big question that everybody's been wanting to know, which is, are you still performing weddings in New York City? And we did answer that. The answer is yes. Yes, we are. And so today, what we'd like to talk about is what is involved when you're deciding on a package. What are you envisioning for your wedding ceremony here in New York City? And so I'd like us to talk about different factors that go into making that big decision. Because once you make the decision that you want to get married in New York City, people will call us and they say, well, can you tell me a little bit about the packages? And they're outlined there on the website.
I get a lot of those calls, and it's really annoying. So, no, I mean,
right.
I mean, just we want to give you a frame, a framework. Like, honestly, first of all, I understand you're a bride, but first you're a person. So first, have some common sense. Sit down and figure out what you want to do. And then you call a business and you ask them appropriate questions. You would be surprised. I'm sorry. I know I don't have I'm not the most patient person.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes. But it's just because you get so many phone calls in one day. Right. And so that's my point, is that we get so many people that don't know what they should be thinking about when they're planning a wedding. And of course, we're the experts here. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to share our expertise on what factors people need to think about when they're planning their New York City wedding. So yes, our packages provide them with the framework, like you said, the framework. Typically it's a wedding officiant, it's flowers, it's a musician. Maybe they want a little
wedding services. That's it.
Yes. So
you have to know what you want. If you don't know what you want.
So so number one, let's talk about the vision. Every bride has a vision for her wedding day. And so some people, it's, I want to get married on a beach. Somebody else says, I want to get married in Vegas.
But like you said before, it's like Reverend Bride always says, I think the most important, the thing where we start, the people should start, I think the couples should start, is what's important to you. Yes, we all have a vision, but sometimes you cannot afford the vision.
Right.
So what's important, number one, if the goal is to save money, is to keep it as low budget as possible, so then we should start there. And you should, when you call someone, anybody that you call for your weddings, you should say, my budget is this. I want to spend this for these services. And then we can start talking. Now, I have all the prices are right there on my website. So there's no...
Right. And those prices are all inclusive. Tax, people call us, does this include tax? Yes. It doesn't include tips, because we do have a lot of people that are very pleased with the vendors, with our team, and they want a tip. So that's aside. But yeah, so people start off with these all kinds of visions of what they envision, but the people calling us, their vision, their dream has always been, wow, I want to get married in New York City. I mean, let's face it, it's the most wonderful city in the world. So people come because they call us because they want to get married in New York City. So, all right, so that's checked off. We know they want to come here. Now, the next thing you said is budget. Okay, we have packages that start as basic as $750, and they can go all the way up to $10,000 for a yacht wedding that we can actually do. So yeah. So, I mean, we have something for everybody. And what we want to do is make it as stress-free and as simple as possible for the couple so that they can enjoy their day, right?
Hear that? Yes. Can you hear? No?
I can now. Is it a siren?
Yes, sirens.
Siren.
So yeah, so one important thing is about our website. All the packages that we have are designed for a small elopement style wedding, which
Right.
is just you and your spouse. So I don't care how many people you have, whether it's just the two of you or it's 20 or 30 of you, the price is the same. We charge you
Right.
for service. I'm not giving you food and drinks, and I'm not giving you, charging you by the person. It doesn't matter.
Right.
So
Our focus is the wedding ceremony.
yeah, so that's a starting point. If the prices are not for you, you can move on, or just start
Sure.
there. Just say, I see $750 for the ceremony. That's too high for me. And I'll refer you. I mean, I've been in the wedding business, as you know, for over a decade. I know everybody in New York City. I can very well refer you to an officiant.
Sure.
Charge you maybe half the price, and you just hire the officiant on your own, and then you get your permit on your own, and you do your thing. Not a problem. You let me know if you need a photographer that's less value. I know them as well. I don't work with them because their quality is not to my standards, but I know them. I can refer you. So
Sure.
the prices. So the first thing I would say, just look at the website, go and look at the prices. That's it. It's very realistic, and I don't give discounts to anybody. Those prices are fair. Actually, now more than ever.
Right. I mean, the average price for a Manhattan wedding, I think, was hovering around $33,000.
Wow.
Yeah, that's if you're doing a traditional wedding. But the couples that we work for, they seem to be really adventurous. They're really focused on each other. What's important to them seems to be just really focusing on saying I do. And so we're all about that. And so, okay, so once they decide on a budget, they pick a package. I think the next thing they need to decide is location. So why don't we talk a little bit about choosing a location?